and welcome back to another very exciting of the Dingbat District podcast. I cannot wait to get this one going, but as you can tell, the studio has changed. So first things first, RJ, will you help me in introducing and thanking our producer Blake for this podcast studio?
Oh, yeah.
Great job, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
This was all him. I did nothing. I wanted to help, but also I feel like I would have messed it up. So I didn't, and I was just giving him moral support from outside the room.
You would have f***ed it up. You would have gotten in the way.
See, you get mad at me for cursing in the first 20 minutes, and then when you do it because you bleep it out, it's not a problem. But to get back to the show at hand, we've got a very funny guest. He's a very funny guy. I've met him quite a few times going out to do the more fun open mics in the scene at Arlington Improv. A very funny dude. I got to do his show at the Arlington Improv here recently. Y'all make some noise at home for RJ Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks, man.
I've been
Thanks.
so excited to get this one going. And
yeah.
First things first, so people can find you at home, will you go ahead and plug up your social media so people can find you and when you're doing shows and stuff?
Of course. RJ Prince on Facebook. RJ Prince _ENT on Instagram and on, not Twitter. I don't have a Twitter. What is it? What is it? It ain't Snapchat either.
That's not a bad thing anymore. Twitter has just become a hellscape at this point.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Twitter. I have an account on Twitter, but I ain't got no account on Twitter. Twitter freaky. I just like to get on there just to see some things.
So someone I know that might
you know what I'm saying? TikTok. That's what it is. TikTok. RJ Prince _ENT on TikTok.
RJ Prince. And, you know, it's fun, man. Like, you're one of those dudes that are not only putting on shows around here, and that's why you're here, because I love getting to put on the people that put on for us in the scene.
Of course.
But you were one of the first people I saw actually doing these different comedy show themed styles. Like, you had the Riff competition open mic with me, Kane, Taylor, Saja, and D Smooth, and that was so much fun. And Bama. Bama showed up. Shout out to Bama in case you watch.
Oh, Bama gonna pull up.
I love
Bama gonna pull up.
Bama is the dude that's just like crawling through that window.
Yeah,
like, hey, man. You're like, whoa,
hey, Bama.
I have not given you my address.
What
How
did
did
you do in there, Bama?
Nah, man, I was just crawling up from under your car.
Man, I didn't even know he was under there. Didn't even know he was under there. Let me tell you something. First of all, when I pulled up, this is near Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I love Christmas. I love Christmas. I love to pull up to a street full of Christmas stuff. I find it very odd that this is the only house. Have no damn Christmas lights. I felt the evil spirit.
It's very true, but I'm broke.
Hey, this is when you steal your neighbor's lights, man. Let me tell you something. First house you pull up on it, they ain't gonna miss nothing, man. You can pull a good 5 off them bushes, man.
Here's my thing. Like, you're 100% right, but the only people that have enough stuff worth stealing is those guys over there, and I like them. Like, they're nice to me. He told me I can borrow tools.
Yeah.
This guy I'd steal from all day long, but they have dog. Like, it's awful.
One of the houses just got a polar bear in front of it. No, nothing around it. You can keep that up all year.
Yeah, that's not even a decoration. That's just covering a bald spot in the lawn that he doesn't.
Exactly.
He's trying to. There's no more sod that works. It's not taken. Just polar bear.
Cover up them rocks, man. Put the polar bear up.
So we were talking about before outside. You have a very interesting come up into stand-up, and one I've never heard. But you said you started off basically in private for years.
Well,
you started off in private shows. So will you go ahead and talk about that, because that's very interesting.
Yeah, man. So I'm a pastor's kid. You know, my dad has been a pastor my whole life.
Right.
He's been preaching for 42 years now.
Wow. Around here, or
yeah.
Wow.
Around the DFW area, man.
Wow. Shout out to RJ's dad.
Shout out to
Prince?
Bishop Gamble, man. Shout out to Bishop Gamble.
Bishop Gamble.
Love you, daddy. But yeah, man. So being a pastor's kid, you're always thrown into the fire.
Right.
Like, I can't sing a lick, but I sing at church. If my dad tells me,
You're
hey, I
forced
need
to
you
try.
to sing. Yeah.
A lot of what I used to call being voluntold.
Yeah. Hey, we need you to dance this Sunday. I can't praise dance. I don't know what I'm doing in here.
You want to help move hay bales? No.
Yeah.
You're like, well, you're gonna
do it. I know how to put a stage together by wood because of my father. I didn't want to do that.
You know how to use YouTube. Go watch how to build a stage.
Yeah. Give me that hammer.
I would, but I don't understand YouTube. So,
man, so one Sunday, every year, a lot of churches, they do this thing called the pastor and wife anniversary, and it's like a celebration to, celebrate the pastor and wife. And my dad went on this streak where he was tired of like the basic come in, sing 2 songs, somebody preach, go home. Like my dad loves out of the ordinary thing. That's where I get it from.
Can I ask, is your dad in a more traditional church, or is it a more, I can't remember the word, but less traditional church?
No, I would definitely say less traditional.
Oh, okay.
Less traditional. Yeah.
That makes more sense. It'd be it'd be interesting to see like coming from the most traditional, sit down in the hymns.
Yeah.
And just listen.
And we
to
started
that.
like that. That's the funny part. Like we started
really?
like that, and I think over time my dad just kind of starts seeing like this is not how we can reach the people.
Right.
You know. So over time he just kind of let me switch some stuff up.
And that's kind of nice. I come up from a non-religious background. That was kind of how I was raised my whole life, and coming across that way, it's fun when you meet someone who is religious and also, I don't want to say pushy about it because that's not even where I'm trying to get with, but like they know that that's not everyone's thing, so they're just kind of like, hey, if you want to, we're trying some new things over here too. We understand.
Yeah.
Come on over. That's always been kind of cool.
Yeah.
I had a very close family that I was with when I wasn't at my house, I was at his house. And the kind of thing that was, his family was very religious. They took all the kids that wanted to come with them to Wednesday night church.
Oh, cool. Bible study.
Right.
Yeah.
And even back then I knew I don't think I was religious, but all my friends were going, so I'll go to church.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they might say a couple things that are religious that I might not understand, but for the most part, it's just be a good person.
It's like good camaraderie.
Yeah.
That's what I've always said about going to church.
Right. Even different religions. When you look at Buddhism and when you look at hoodooism, and like me, I was practicing a little bit of like meditation and yoga and stuff, and I started seeing the similarities when it came to hoodoo. I think I'm saying it right. Hoodooism? Am I saying it right?
Do you mean Hinduism?
Hinduism. There we go. Saying hoodoo.
I'm just combining voodoo and Hinduism.
That's what I'm like. This sound like some evil stuff.
I thought you were making a joke.
Yeah, I'm not.
They have multiple gods, but also they have bones in their nose.
Yes, it's scary, ain't it? But like that and like Christianity, like we. One thing that I believe in that spirits can transfer.
Right.
Like I believe if someone has we're comedians. If you have a happy, joyful spirit, someone that's having a bad day, they can get that spirit.
Right.
It's the same thing with Hinduism. But it's called energy instead of spirit.
Right.
You can someone, you and me. That's a lot when it came to us doing yoga and meditation. We were transferring energy.
Right.
So like it's stuff like that. Like you look at these different religions. I'm like, there's a lot of things that's like. Yeah, similar. Like,
a lot of people kind of make, even if it's not a religion, things a religion. Like, you were saying that, and I was kind of immediately thinking, like, I'm a hippie, and that's most of what we think, too. Like, just be a good person. Be nice to it. And, it's not energy, and it's not the first word we say, but, we just say, not we, but, like, I say vibe. You're like, you can pass your vibe on to someone else. Even if it's, like, a shoulder or a hand on someone's shoulder. You're like, hey, what's going on, man?
Yes.
Like... I used to have a bad day, and a friend would come in, one of my good friends I've known forever, and he'd nut check me.
Oh, yeah.
He'd like nut tap me. I'm like, oh, that's a good friend.
That's a good friend right there. That's how you know it was a good friend.
Oh, he cares.
He cares about me.
He wants to cause me pain.
Yes, with the back knuckles.
That's a good friend.
Yeah, it's a different friend if you turn the hand around. If you turn the hand around. Like, hey,
That's a friend you're going to talk to later. You're like,
hey, we need to, come here.
We're friends.
Let me talk to you. I didn't like what you did. So, yeah, man, my dad, he like every year he had this different thing. Like one year it was 70s. It was like everybody dressed up in the 70s, and we did like that. And one year it was music style. It was all music.
Oh, that's cool.
One year my dad was like, "Let's do comedy." I was like, "Oh, dude, that would be dope. I'm a fan of comedy. It's gonna be awesome." My dad hired 2 professional comedians.
Is there any chance you remember their names?
I wish I did. I know one was an older white guy, and this other one was a black guy. He was kind of more thicker.
Right.
Because this was back in 2012. So
that's around Patrice O'Neal time. You might remember Patrice O'Neal.
I know Patrice O'Neal. This was not my dad wouldn't have been able to afford Patrice O'Neal. Yeah. Now these was guys who were on HBO, but like you could tell they didn't get paid to be on HBO. Like they just got lucky. You could tell they just got lucky.
Right.
But
they were an extra, but they didn't tell anybody.
It was like, we come on, do.
I do comedy and I was on HBO.
Exactly.
Were you doing both at the same time?
Yeah. His name was never on it. But so my dad, like, I'm a pastor's kid, so my dad was like, hey, I want you to host this event. I'm like, host? I said, Dad, I'm not a comedian. He's like, you got this. Which is like, I think a true father, you can see something in your child that your child doesn't see in them.
Right.
So my dad saw it in me. I definitely did it. And he told me this like the week before. So I'm like, oh snap. So I'm just writing jokes.
Right. How long was your set?
I was hosting it, so I'm like backing off.
Right.
But in between, I was doing good, like 5 to maybe like 7 minutes in between every kind of thing, and really was just telling stories and stuff like that. And dude, it was like when I got on stage and I was so nervous, but when I got on stage, everything was just hidden. Like everybody that was in the audience that came to me afterwards thought I've been doing comedy.
That's
4 years.
That's so fun,
dude. Like they were like, and then the funny part. The funny part. The first time I ever did comedy was the first time I saw how certain comedians have an ego, because my dad went to the black guy, and he's lucky I don't know his name because I would definitely say it. But he went to the black guy. He went to the black guy. I was like, "Hey man, my son, he's he's very funny. If you have a manager, maybe y'all can help him out, see where he needs to go." Right. And the guy straight up told him like, "Nah, he need to find his own way." Like, wow. So after that, I started doing comedy, but I was only doing like birthday parties, church events. So clean comedy. All the way up to about from 2012 to like 2019. I was just doing private events and stuff. 2019 was the first time I actually did a club, and I was able to, like, all the jokes I couldn't do.
Right.
I was like, oh, I'm doing them tonight. I'm doing it.
How was that? You just finally getting like a kid in a candy store?
Oh, man, all these drunk white people, they about to hear these jokes. And it was funny because I did a lot of birthdays in churches that were all black. So that was something else that was exciting. I'm like, oh, my God.
White people.
Yo, and I'm never a roaster, so it's like, will my jokes about my life, will it, appeal to, like, so I was so nervous to do that, which was crazy because the week before I was there, it was all black people.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool, I can do this, do my job. So then I asked the guy, could I come do comedy? He was like, yeah. I come the next week, all white people. I was like, what's going on? This was at Louie Piano Bar, downtown Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was Erykah Badu's drummer. He used to host a mic there all the time.
Really?
I cannot remember his name.
That's so not to step aside this point because I want to get back to this.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, just like the random, like, not to sound shitty, but the lower level comedians you meet, like not even comedians, celebrities you meet while doing comedy.
Yeah.
Because have you gone to do the Balcony Club mic on Monday nights?
I did back when I started doing back in 2019.
Right.
Because she was like in movies with Martin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't know her from that, but I like the whole mic. I'm sitting there like, I know you from somewhere, but I don't want to go to IMDb because that's kind of lame. I want to figure it out.
When I figured out, just said, you better than me. I'll Google something quick as hell. I won so many arguments from Google. You're like, wait, give me a second because you got me. I know.
Hold up. Wait right there. Give me 3 minutes. No, I believe her name is Miss Liz, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me. But Miss Liz was a very sweet lady. But I'm sitting there the whole time like, I know this lady, and then she says accidentally, like almost basically her line from the show that I know her from. But she was on Friday Night Lights, the TV show.
Oh snap!
Did you watch that show?
I know of it, but I've never seen it.
So, the running back Smash, his mom was Liz.
Oh,
and so you watch Friday Night Lights, yeah. So like the whole time, I'm like, oh man, I know her so well. What is it from? And she's got a line in the show where she walks in on her son Smash is with a white girl, and she goes, I'm not raising no white baby.
Oh man!
And she said, I'm not raising no white baby on stage, and I go,
you like, that's it. It clicked. You like, that's it. That's it.
And then I just started being a little dork outside on the balcony with her, just talking to her like, I remember you from this show.
Man,
you were one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, I would have been the same way. My friend TJ Evans, shout out to TJ Evans.
Oh, love
man.
TJ,
dude.
man.
Me and him, when I first started doing comedy, like into like different clubs, and I still wasn't hitting comedy clubs. I was doing like bars and stuff.
Right.
TJ helped me get into clubs. Because he I think he just started doing it, and so we started going to these different mics and stuff, and he's the one that brought me there.
Right.
And he told me, because I was like, she looked familiar, and he was like, yeah, she was on Roscoe, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. I said, what? And he said the character. I said, I know her.
Blake, can we go to the TV to see if we can pull that up? Because I
freaking know her.
So you said Roscoe Williams was the movie, or
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
Roscoe Jenkins.
With Martin Lawrence. Yeah.
I've seen that one.
She was the guy, God rest his soul, he passed away, but he was like the big brother that barbecued all the time. She played his wife.
Oh,
I don't think she had that many lines. Now I think about it.
Like he always played like a Big Brother type role.
The guy,
or in the movie, he played the Big Brother.
He played the Big Brother.
Okay, I thought you were saying like he played a Big Brother type role.
The big guy was on. What was he on? Green Mile. He was.
What's it? Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Allstate
played his
guy
wife.
too. Took me years to cross the.
Oh no, that's not Allstate guy.
That's not.
No.
No.
That the guy from the Allstate was.
You know what? You're right.
Serrano from Major League.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
that's who it was.
Hey, I did not know Louis C.K. was in this movie.
Hell
Shut
yeah.
your mouth.
That's so funny.
This was a good movie.
I thought he was going to be a writer on it or something.
It was a good movie, man. Louis C.K.
I loved this era of movies too.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was talking to a friend the other day about, what's the Eddie Griffin movie?
So, Undercover Brother?
Yes, that movie is fantastic.
Tell you something. I used to watch that so many times.
Oh, and you know, it's not even an Eddie Griffin movie, but he just stole the show in the movie.
Okay.
The New Guy.
The
main character was DJ Qualls, and Eddie Griffin's the dude teaching him how to be street. That was I've said this before.
That's a good movie too.
That was kind of basically what I did when I went to college. I mean, before I went to college, I was a dork, and like I was just a fat dork, and I was quiet and nerdy. And then I went to college, I was like, well, no one knows me here, so
dude, when you
I don't have to be a dork anymore.
When you get to switch schools,
so
different personality. I switched schools one time. It was I went to this certain high school. I went to Dunbar in Fort Worth.
Okay.
But my mom moved to Arlington. So my junior year, I went to Arlington High School.
Okay.
And boy, I said I'm gonna be a different person. I was wearing muscle shirts all the time for no reason. Cause the school I came from, you had to wear uniforms. So this one, I was like muscle shirts all day.
The least fabric as possible.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I wish they would say something to me.
I used to have to wear a tie. Come on, man.
I'm not wearing it.
Did we lose it, Blake?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Will you go ahead and look up The New Guy? Actually, you know what? Go look up Undercover Brother, because now that he brought that up, I forgot about that movie. That movie's so good.
Undercover Brother's a dope movie.
That and the same person that put me on the Undercover Brother showed me Pootie Tang at the same time.
Dude.
It was back to back, and I was like, this was the greatest movie experience I've ever had. Blake, have you ever seen Pootie Tang?
No.
Oh, I've got to bring that up to you after this.
Little known fact, do you know Undercover Brother was based off of a online like cartoon?
Really?
Only had like a couple of It was only like a little couple of but they based it off that.
Oh, and it's Denise Richards too. This movie's
I was so upset about the second one. They brought the second one out. I was upset. I was like, "Wow."
That's almost every movie.
No.
Yeah.
If you can't get the original cast, leave it alone.
I didn't see the second one, but
You ain't miss nothing. You ain't miss nothing.
there's a line from this movie that I say to no context with nothing in mind. Like, it doesn't work, but I'll go, "Oh my God, it's Macy Gray with pork chop sideburns." I say that all the time.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man. Neil Patrick Harris is in this too?
Yes, he is. This is before he came out.
That's so funny too. That always made me laugh that like the guy that comes out is also just like the biggest poon hound in TV history.
Dude.
With Barney.
Well, and then he came out like
Stetson.
after Harold and Kumar, which was probably his like most raunchy.
Right. It was crazy.
Sorry about the love stains in the
Dude.
back.
Sorry about the love stain. My favorite, his line on here, my favorite one that lives rent free in my head is when that music hit and he said, "I am not a sissy." And he got the whooping there.
I'll have to watch this.
Man.
Oh man, it was so good. And I need to go back and watch all these movies. But Blake, okay, go ahead and look up Pootie Tang.
It's a good movie. Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang. Okay, so the main character in Pootie Tang, Blake, is a dude that does not speak English. Like, he doesn't say any actual words, right?
They just out of whack. Like, if you was to write a sentence, the way he says it is like mixed up.
I like his catchphrase is "Wadata."
Louis C.K.
Yeah. That's why I thought about
Louis
this.
C.K. was in this movie?
Yeah, he directed
it.
Wrote
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, and wrote it.
Did not know that.
Yeah, with Chris Rock and J.B. Smoove. So good. But it basically, he's got a magical belt for magical weapons, and that's how he serves justice all over town.
Yeah.
And he takes his belt out, and
he does it so fast. But it's not like they show him doing it fast. It's just a lot of angle work from the camera. Bad angle work, but it's funny how
it's
bad
so
it is.
much fun.
Stifler's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge. Hi, how's it going?
Jennifer Coolidge, and first of all, this is my favorite movie of all time. It's still my favorite movie. Soul Man, Bernie Mac's last movie. She was in there. When she takes her teeth out, I die every time. Every time.
I forgot
when
about
she takes her teeth out, I die. Oh, that is a hilarious scene. Because that fool says, you about to have me leaking. Let me tell you something. I never heard that before, but when he said it, I knew what he meant. I knew exactly what he meant. Oh.
It was like the first time we were talking about Tom before we started, and Tom's got a bit in one of his earlier specials where, like, at the very end, he's talking about, basically, I want you to imagine me having sex with your mom. And he says a bunch of things, da-da-da-da-da, and the final punchline is, yep, your grandma's dripping. And I was like, oh.
I don't want this, Tom. I don't want this.
You paint such a beautiful picture, but this one was for the worse.
Dude, I could watch this movie all the time. It's amazing, man.
You just love those movies where you can just watch it over and over again.
Right. This and Avengers Endgame. I can watch both of these movies. They're totally different, but I can watch both of these movies all day.
They both have Samuel L. Jackson in them.
This is true.
There you go.
This is true.
And look at Pulp Fiction. That's the #1 Tarantino movie by popular demand.
Man.
You can't miss.
Let me tell you something. Samuel L. Jackson in the Marvel Universe, he be popping up. He got so many movies in the Marvel Universe, he be popping up on the movies.
Right.
Because Endgame, he ain't have a line. He just popped up at the end at the funeral. Like,
he just walks in with a trench coat on. And they're like, oh, here's $1 million to put on an eye patch. Thank you.
That's how Hollywood works sometimes.
Can we see your face, please?
Nah, it's okay. They pretty much owed him the fact that they put him in a comic book without asking. They just put Nick Fury in the comic books,
right?
Looking and sounding just like Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson called them like, "Hey."
So Nick Fury is me now?
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, man, it's a good thing you called. We was actually gonna hit you up. We about to do a movie, man.
I was just about to call you.
I was just about to call you, man.
We just saw Pulp Fiction on 35 millimeter at the Texas Theater probably like two or 3 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah,
I bet that was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was so good, and you forget, like, I've seen that movie 100 times, and somehow I still find something new every time. This time it was me walking into the movie and shark finning everyone because I accidentally walked above the projector with my head.
Shark finning.
He showed up. Yeah, he showed up like 5 minutes late. I'm like, God,
I was coming from your show. That's what it was.
My show?
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Because he said he had to leave too. I said, I understand why.
Yeah, I was trying my best. It didn't work out. That thing I told you about didn't work.
It happens a lot. It's a lot of strikes. It's a lot of strikes in that situation.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me, you know, baseball's a 1 versus 9. You're not supposed to win.
You're not supposed to win. It's okay. It's all right. You don't hit it every time. You're going to miss
Sometimes you just look good striking out.
Oh, man. You know what's funny? I hate to admit this, but I've never seen Pulp Fiction.
Really?
In the past 2 years, I have been trying to find it so I can watch it.
So
I've been wanting to see it.
I'm trying to remember. I think I found it at one point to send to someone, but I believe it's on Prime Video. If you have Amazon Prime, you get free Prime Video.
I still got an X password, so
there you go.
We're gonna watch that.
But my thing with Pulp Fiction is it was like, that's what everyone's recreating now. Like, so many people are just trying to do their best Tarantino chapters. Like, it starts in the middle, then goes back, and then comes to the end, then goes back to the beginning. Like, everyone's trying to do that.
Yeah.
I don't, Blake, you might be able to correct me. Was Tarantino couldn't have been the first to do that, but he was probably the first to, like...
He was like the first mainstream guy to do it, to where it just blew up, and nobody had ever seen that before. What they credit Tarantino for most was nobody had heard that kind of dialogue before, where he's just talking about
random
nothing.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
and then it just turns into just something that's so... Everyone knows I mean, except for you, because you haven't seen it. But
I ain't seen it.
Everyone that has seen Pulp Fiction, in the very beginning, they're just talking about McDonald's in Amsterdam, and because they go off the metric system, they don't have quarter pounds and half pounds and stuff like that. They're like, well, what do you call that over there? And he goes, Royale with cheese.
I hear that, a Royale with cheese. That's where that came from.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's the
Royale
thing.
with
Is it's
cheese.
one of those things that everyone mentions. You hear it a billion times, then you watch it, you're like, that's what my dad was fucking talking
Yeah.
about. Jesus. Okay, now I know.
Cheese. What the hell? I always hear about the briefcase. They say the main topic of the movie is about something you'll never see. I say, what? They say, just watch it.
Yeah, that's another. Like, have you ever gone into the wormholes about what the briefcase could be?
No, I
That
haven't.
sounds like a good YouTube video. I'll be watching YouTube videos about stuff like this.
Right, and you know what? It's funny because like we can sit here and talk about it because it's not even a spoiler because they literally do never address it in the movie. But I watched this like I think it was basically like one of the Watch Mojo.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
They're a YouTube series that they do their top 10 of everything basically.
Oh,
like
I've probably seen it then.
top 10 football players, top 10 movies, top 10 superhero movies, top 10, like all of that in entertainment. And I think their number one conspiracy theory that's not probable but fun to just think about is that in the briefcase is comedy itself.
That's
like
deep.
it's not like anything funny itself. It's just like the actual intangible aspect of comedy.
Oh, wow.
And I was looking at that. I was like, I don't know how that works, but that's the most Tarantino thing it possibly could have been. He's like, let's just take something that's not a thing and put it in a briefcase and make it be gold.
Make it, and you know what? Comedy's gold.
I will say the last 10 minutes of that movie is probably the greatest 10 minutes in movie history.
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
Yeah. Well, just that whole entire sequence from like that to, the ending of it, probably the last 45 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, it's just so good.
He was the best at making 5 main characters all living one plot at the same time in one movie.
Oh,
So
okay.
That's the thing is Samuel L. Jackson is a character and he's just as equal as John Travolta's character and he's just as equal as Bruce Willis's character. And I mean they're all more important than the French lady, but Fabiana, but that's okay. She didn't have many lines and she just kind of annoys me. You kind of need her because you kind of need someone to be she's a French lady, she's very foreign. She's not like she's just moving here. She's a fresh immigrant, and so she's always asking Bruce Willis's character something about like American culture or like why is it this way, just to kind of like I guess he's just writing himself in a way to give context to what they need to get to.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean, Blake is the screen script
Guru.
prophet. Yeah, guru.
Prophet?
Thank you. Yeah.
Man, we're the prophet.
I don't know. Write something, and then we can call you the prophet.
Telling me what you
No,
have.
I will say
You're
like
a Wu-Tang fan.
yeah.
You're the great Abbott. Come on, now write something.
that was probably
Whoa.
my least favorite stretch of the movie is like that part with the whole boxing thing and all that.
Yeah, but I kind of liked it because that one was more.
It's necessary.
It's necessary
Yeah.
because it gives you aspect to Bruce Willis's character.
Yeah.
Who was it that? I think it was George R.R. Martin. Do you know, is he the one that wrote the original Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote the books.
Oh, snap. Oh, okay.
So George R.R. Martin is the dude that wrote Game of Thrones, and I heard recently, are you a video game guy at all?
Barely.
Okay.
I'm one of them guys. I buy a game to relax. That means I don't like going online. I don't want you to beat me. I don't lose.
yeah.
I put everything on easy.
I'm the same way.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not playing this to throw my controller, and I know I will. I know myself well.
you're
enough.
Every
telling
time
us-
I throw a pick, I restart the game.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, you're telling us your point guard was Corey Cherry. So.
You know what I'm saying? Corey Cherry Jr. is my point guard, and he dunks. He is
That is a video
dunks
game.
on every. Yeah, I'm throwing oops at you. Come on, Corey.
Just yamming on him.
Man, I love it every time.
But
I miss the old games where you could make like a real fat dude and he'd be like 3 feet
Yeah.
and still make him dunk.
Yeah, it's still dunk.
I created the Hulk one time. You remember you could turn their skin color and anything? I miss the old games.
you make Jamarcus Russell if he actually played out his career. Well, now he is a fat man. Before he was just kind of fat, but he could rip a ball. But now he is fat.
It's like that MLB game Slugfest. I don't know if you guys ever
Oh,
played that,
yeah.
where you could like beat up the players on base. Like you could be standing at first base and just start punching the first
Oh, my
baseman
God.
to make them drop the ball. They don't make shit like that anymore.
They don't, man. Bring it back.
Yeah.
I miss the blitz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The first one
backbreakers.
definitely was dope because like it was like a good 30 seconds after the play. You could still just be hitting people. But man, the second one, I didn't get to play it as much, and I wish I did. But when you could like hit somebody and like it's like an X-ray, and you can see their bones break.
That's where
I
Mortal
do
Kombat
remember that.
Yes,
Yeah.
come on, man. I was
It was like the original Mortal Kombat too. It was like they're all the same. He's like, this is so violent. I love it.
They were gonna bring another one out, then Madden fucked it up. Madden bought the rights to every football guy. Like, ooh.
And you know, I'm an avid Madden person up until the past couple years, where now it's literally just they take the last one, move the players that change teams around, and then just reship it out. It makes me so angry. Like they don't update anything.
Dude, it's called business, man. They're making shit tons of money.
And you're still gonna now. I'm not even paying $60. Now I'm paying $70. You're gonna throw on $10 extra just to make me mad.
Inflation, motherfucker, inflation.
That's what I always
For
wait.
a video game that just got to copy and paste again.
Yeah,
Man,
and you keep on buying it.
I always wait a couple years to get a game. That's why I got Madden 2022.
I was just about to say, I'm crushing on Madden 23
I'm
right
crushing it. You know how many times the Cowboys went to Super Bowl on my game?
It's Corey,
4 times back to back, man.
Is Corey Cherry your running back?
Man, let me tell you something.
Pretty much it's Deuce Vaughn though. But
Wide receiver. You know what's funny? I actually have no creative. I usually do, but for some reason I have not put no creative players because usually it's all new names on the Cowboys team.
they might as well be. Jalen Turner,
Man.
Who?
What I like to do too, I like to create a player and put him as Jerry Jones. And just hit the shit out of him. I like to make him a quarterback on the opposite team.
I try to make him older, but it's not possible.
It's not possible. They won't let me go there. Put some wrinkles on this guy's face.
There's not a number.
Oh my God, I'm a big wrestling fan, like huge. Like I love wrestling. Y'all see me dressed like Cody Rhodes. I love wrestling, dude. And man, I love it. And man, so every time WrestleMania has came here, I took my dad. Like that's every
that's
time.
fun.
So last year I took him to WrestleMania. And or was it the year before? Because I was single. It was the year before. Okay, so I took him to go WrestleMania. My dad freaks out when Stone Cold comes out. He is excited. Like, I've not seen the kid come out my dad before to the end. Like, he was grabbing me. I was like, yep, this is a dream come true. This is awesome.
My dad's a child.
And then everybody behind us is going crazy. We're thinking like, you know, is Roman Reigns about to come out or something? He's going to come out like Shield or something. Like, what's happening? There's a wrestler behind us. We look back. Everybody going crazy because Jerry Jones. I said, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm turning back around.
Throw him in the ring. Get him down.
I can tell those people that wasn't from here. Man, get on out of here, man. Jerry Jones, if you don't sit down.
Who's next? Logan Paul?
Yeah. I would have got more excited about that than Jerry Jones.
Do a Disney dance. Come on, do your TikTok dance.
Man. Jerry Jones is our Vince McMahon. Like, he just will not
he won't
sit
go.
the fuck down, dude.
We're just worried about all the Vince McMahon types things that are about to come out.
Well, once he...
They need to come out.
He dodged that one. It was so smooth how he dodged that racist thing.
Yeah.
He was like, look, man, it was the 50s. Everybody was doing it. I said, that's a good thing. Hey, he said, I was just in the pitch. my best friend.
At the time when I heard it, I was like, that's probably the best we're going to get out of Jerry.
That's the most you get. And everything else, he done buried that.
I mean, he went on a sports talk radio the other day, like the bigger one here, 105.3 The Fan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to the radio host over the phone. And they're like, hey, Jerry, stuff's not going too well right now. What are the plans to change? And he goes, I'll tell you what. You ask me what I'm going to do one more time, I'm going to come down there and beat your ass. And this is on live radio. I was like, oh, my God. Blake, see if you can find the transcript of this. Because what I said wasn't correct, but it was close.
Let me tell you something. Jerry. Jerry gonna pay to get somebody to come beat you up.
Yeah, just Jerry Jones radio freakout.
Yeah,
because Jerry is our Vince McMahon, but he ain't got the body of Vince McMahon. Jerry.
Yeah, and like at this point, I'd love to hear some things about like some hooker pooping on his chest because at least it's way better than what it could be.
Dude, that would be awesome.
That'd
like
be a good
I'd
time.
actually become a fan.
I would become
of
a fan of Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, you out here getting a number 2 on your chest, and I like it. I like
Cleveland steamer.
I like what you got going, man. He does it when it's cold outside too, so you can see the steam coming out.
Okay, yeah, like right.
How did the radio host respond to Jerry Jones' anger?
Okay, Blake, go back up. I think I saw it. It's like, okay, but the facts are. He added, I can take it from fans and I can take it from other people. I take a lot of pride in how fair and how much I try to work with the media. We're brothers and sisters, but I was a little frustrated. Oh, okay, never mind. We went too far. That's on me.
I was a little frustrated. You should be. Get another coach. You should be very frustrated.
You want me to just turn on the video?
There's a video?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. You're going to make me read?
How dare you?
Do you want me to hold the microphone up to it?
No, it's fine. Come on.
Okay, they shouldn't be that long.
First of all, where are you going to go to get any players? Seriously, where are you going to go to get any players for the next week against San Francisco? Yeah, but what is your counter? What is your damn counter?
My counter
I really want to know where you would go get it. Now, don't tell me about should gotten a guy in the off season.
Why not?
This isn't a damn word argument just because I'm not arguing with you. Oh, I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Are they playing out to be accurate?
What's your point? What's your point?
My point is, it seems like my point.
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. This is not your job. Your job is to let me go over all the
Throw it all out with the dishwater.
Throw it all out with the dishwater.
That is some 1950s lingo right there.
First thing, the phrase is throwing the baby out with the bathwater. That's the phrase. So he's pulling a full Joe Biden. Like, he's just messing up entirely.
I'm throwing that dish with the dishwater.
We're throwing the dishwasher out the window and the sink out the kitchen.
Let's go, Jerry.
To the window.
This is how those Southern sayings start. You just mess something up, and it's like George W. Bush's fool me once, can't get fooled again.
Yeah, we can't get fooled again.
Fool me once, can't fool again.
And then it's on the
That's my favorite part of J. Cole's song, right?
That's what I was trying to get to.
I'm glad he did that. That makes that song pop every time.
Well, we won't get fooled again.
That I did something, and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry Jones later
towards the end
said
of it, he kind of worked me back in with a little bit of respect. He's like, "Oh, you're all geniuses. You know what to do." I get that. I mean, the first thing he damn near says is, "Oh, well, I'll come down and I'll get a new radio host." He's like, "Oh, apparently Jerry Jones might own 105.3 The Fan."
Most likely he does. Yeah. Most likely he does. Might want to be quiet.
Yeah, live on air, you're getting a call, getting threatened to be fired by your boss.
It makes sense for him to call you. He owns that place. I told y'all what to say. I need y'all to stick to the script. Oh, man.
Who did that recently?
Someone,
Jones. I feel like you would know, Blake. Someone just got mad during an interview about them going off script. Do you remember who it was?
No.
Okay. Well, it wasn't worth it.
For movies?
Yeah, it was like it was either a really big actor or a really big director that came on and they had like a certain script they wanted the news anchors to ask. And they didn't ask those, and then he just got livid live on air and walked off.
Oh my God!
I know Scorsese was bitching about DiCaprio, saying DiCaprio just ad-libs all the time now.
Leonardo?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
What?
He's gotten to that point in his career where he's like, "Fuck you, I'm Leonardo."
Well, he's too busy dealing with 25-year-olds to remember his lines. Have you ever been around a 25-year-old? I'm 24. Have you ever been around a 25-year-old woman? It's dreadful.
Man, I don't even want them problems. That's
you look
crazy.
at this TikTok? No. Stop it.
All right, turn your phone off, man. Make you go to bed.
Oh, man. My ex was kind of that way. Like, she was as sweet as can be, and I was the problem 100% because I'm a numb person at best, I guess. But like, she would come in and do a trauma bonding thing where she would tell me all the bad things about her life, and I'll leave out like the worst thing because that would be rude. But she said she went to a private Christian school, and she was one of 2 tall women on her volleyball team, and that at one point the other, and like their rivalry school, they were playing them, and they were from like a racist white town, and they walked on and said, "Oh, look, it's the Twin Towers. Time to knock them down." And I was not saying the right things to calm her down. And just like, oh, I should have said, oh, I'm so sorry. That's awful. I did my best to relate, and I go, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but if it makes you feel any better, my friends used to yank on my tits and call me fatty, fatty, bo batty. And she started crying at what I said, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like,
don't cry at my trauma.
Yeah. I didn't mean to, but, you know,
okay.
I win.
You definitely won.
Yeah.
That don't seem that bad.
Yeah. It's like, does that really keep you up at night?
Yeah.
That whole Twin Towers thing?
The Twin Towers. Time of night. That sound like some wrestling stuff. It was two twins that was real tall. They
You've
was
never
tag
cut
team.
a promo before? What are you doing?
Right. We coming. Let me tell you something. This Friday night, the Twin Towers, you're coming down. You understand me? Oh, that'll get me pumped. Let's go.
You come in and you play off of it.
Yeah.
You're the big scary monster, and you're stomping out all these midgets over here.
You know
like
what I'm
all the
saying?
other team, they gotta go.
Yeah, get big, bitch. I would have said that every time I would have met. What was the sport?
Volleyball.
Oh, man. What? And you, get big, bitch. Oh, man. Come on, dog.
Like
Every
Jameis Winston
time.
just. I'm eating W's, barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken, bitches.
I bet she was never a champion.
No.
That's not a champion mentality.
That's
No,
true.
she was just a very sweet person with a very normal sense of reality. she was.
That's your fault.
That's a good way of
You
putting
were
it.
never a winner. You were just like, why did those people try and bully me?
How could you do this to me?
I did nothing to you.
Oh, man. I was bullied a lot.
Really?
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, look at me. I was dressing like this in middle school. I was getting...
What, they call you the tax man?
Oh, man. Oh, man, because I was weird. I'm weird. And because I'm a comedian.
Just walking in full Peaky
any
Blinders.
comedian.
How young were you walking in full Peaky Blinders? Just three-piece
Oh,
suit?
man, three-piece suit. What was it? Was I doing it elementary?
No.
I think elementary I would do it like
You were
picture
the
day.
I dressed to success, or I dressed
You know
for
what I'm
success
saying?
kid?
Because I look good in this. I look
You
good.
look fantastic.
That's what it was. But middle school, it didn't have to be picture day. It was like just random Thursdays. I'm pulling up three-piece suit. You know why? Because I saw it in the closet last night. I'm wearing that.
Look spiffy. I like it.
I'm looking spiffy. I don't plan on playing on lunch.
I said it before the cameras were rolling. Now I'll say on camera, you are the best dressed guest we've ever had.
Yeah, we also haven't addressed that once yet. You showed up in just a very spiffy suit.
Yeah, they're going to be watching this episode from the beginning like, ain't nobody going to say nothing.
Not a single thing.
Is it their
RJ
100th episode? What's happening right now?
RJ's just a very classy individual, and he did that on his own accord. And he walked in, and I saw that. I was like, well, no, I want to wear a
Yeah,
suit.
he opened it there. Yeah, his neighbors looking at me crazy. What's happening right now?
Is Paxton going to get whacked?
Paulie sent me. Come here.
The Black Wilson Fisk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm coming to get the Daredevil.
I'll tell you something. A lot of people don't like Ben Affleck Daredevil. I liked it. And I watched it a lot. I watched it a lot. It was good to me. I liked it.
It was decent. I liked it. It just had one of my favorite kind of. It became corny. It wasn't corny then. It was kind of cool, but then it became corny. The whole I'm listening to the raindrops to see what your face looks like.
See?
It's a little corny. That's kind of
Beautiful. Well, you know what it is? I used to read comic books, so I know how corny comic books are. So
Right.
when I saw that Fantastic Four back in the day, I like, yeah, it's supposed to be.
Right.
When they start getting serious and shit, I'm like, what's happening? Why?
It's
Why?
Who hurt you?
Yo, man.
Stan Lee died, but you don't have to make it all sad now.
Oh, man. Batman versus Superman. I was like, this is depressing.
Yeah.
This is sad as hell.
It's not even a good movie.
Dude. And they was like, save Martha. Who says that? Who? Then he stopped. What did you say?
Here's 80 comic books. Find me Martha right now.
I will say, though, out of every live-action Batman movie, that fight scene with Ben Affleck was the best. I don't care what nobody say.
Really?
That reminded me of animated Batman. His slinging from room to whooping their ass, I was like, this is what I've been waiting for.
He was a good Batman. He just had a bad director.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, I was so mad we didn't get a Ben Affleck Batman movie.
No,
oh,
he
my
should have
God.
directed one.
Dude,
They
even
said
when
he
like
was-
they showed him working out and stuff, I'm like, this is the 90s animated Batman, dude.
Right.
They said he was supposed to do an Arkham Asylum movie.
That would have been so freaking dope.
And he was going to direct it. And he's a great director. Argo
Yeah.
Argo is a
Someone-
great movie.
Yeah.
The
Someone
Town.
finally needs to
They
give us
said-
Red Hood, too. Like, I've been waiting for Red Hood for years.
Let me tell you what my pitch was for the Red Hood. Let me tell you what my pitch was for the Red Hood.
Andy, you got the suit on.
This is what it was, all right? So it was going to be with the CW show. This is what it was going to be. All right, so I wanted to be, it was going to be a special episode, but you get somebody from the future who came back.
Okay.
They came back. This person, though, is Oliver Queen's son. Because we didn't have a Batman in this universe. So he was going to be Oliver Queen's son.
Pretty close.
But instead of having a Batman symbol, he was gonna have a red arrow with his hood on. But he came back in time because he felt like he needed to kill Felicity. Because somewhere in the future, Felicity ended up getting Oliver killed on accident. So he's like, if I go in the past, kill her, my dad will still be alive.
Felicity is technically the Oracle, right?
Yeah, technically. Yeah. Okay. So that was my pitch. And I wanted the guy from Supernatural to play him. I wanted him, because he was going to be grown by then. Right. It was time travel. I was like, man, they wouldn't. I sent it in. They didn't say nothing back to me. Come on, man.
You're missing gold.
Yo. And then, after that, man, they could have had a whole show. Because, you know, they were called the Outlaws. There's a comic book of the Outlaws. It was, who is it? He's the only one I can remember out of it. But it's a group of people who, like, they're like anti-heroes.
Right, yeah.
But they become, like, you know.
There's been a few of those. Like, did you ever watch the DCC Doom Patrol?
Yes. I only see the first season, but yeah.
They have one of my favorite superheroes of all time, and no one's done anything else with her, but the lady with multiple personality syndrome.
Yep, that's them.
Go back up, Blake, so I can see
the Outlaws. Yeah.
Is that Starfire?
Red Hood. Yep, her.
No kidding.
Arsenal's on that team.
Dick Grayson.
Let's
go. Wait. It had all the Robins? Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne?
Yeah, you know. They all come one by one.
Let's see if they have a list of characters. No, they don't.
This would have been a dope show, bro.
Yeah, it would have.
Of
all the shit that they make, you know, they make shit. The superheroes had a run for, like, I think it's starting to come towards the end. Like 10 years, if you had a superhero script,
send that in.
Or a superhero pitch.
I will say Deadpool and Wolverine would be a good summation for it to end, because it was kind of a good way to put the time travel shit to bed, because it needs to die.
That's
done with
what they said about Logan. Like, they said Logan was like the foreshadowing of superhero movies starting to hit the decline.
Right.
And the reason they killed Logan off in that movie was because Hugh Jackman knew it was on a decline.
Because they wanted to bring him back to life.
Yeah, but then he came back 7 years later.
And he said, because I think Deadpool came out the year after that, right?
Yeah. Right.
And he said he was so mad. He was like, dang.
Well, they just did that with, oh no. Marvel. Oh, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
And I already know exactly how that's going to go.
Yes, he has.
They're going to reach into another time portal trying to get an Iron Man, and then they find a Dr. Doom, and he comes over, and he does bad stuff, and then people are going to see his face and then get all sad.
And I think that he's going to be in the Fantastic Four. I think he's going to be that world's Dr. Doom. He just has a face that looks like Tony Stark. I think that's what's going to happen.
I don't know. I'm kind of over the superhero movies now. I think they've kind of...
I wish I could. I can't.
Yeah. I was such a dork.
It's a guilty pleasure for me. I can't.
I was too much of a dork growing up that I need to be a hero now. That's what all the dorks... That's why...
That's what it is.
We had a long conversation about superhero movies a couple weeks ago. You didn't know I liked them, like, whenever
I was
early
just about
on.
to say, I forgot that you kind of liked them early on.
Well, I really liked them early on, and then it just kind of... It was one of those bandwagon things. I was like, eh.
Do you remember the last movie?
Yeah, it was the Avengers. The second Avengers.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one to die off on.
Yeah.
Ultron.
Yeah. Because I remember waiting out in line with just so many fucking people opening night.
Oh, that was the last one. Like, you actually went out to? What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Age of Ultron was okay. It was just the very stereotypical middle movie, like middle child thing.
Yeah.
It just, meh.
Yeah.
The third came back. It was all right.
Yeah, the third was great. I told you I watched that, like, it was...
Infinity War?
Yeah, somebody was playing it in our shop in the Navy.
Oh, right.
And I ended up just... I was
my
like, holy
God.
shit, this is a good movie.
I watched that the first time with my church. They were so sad at the end. I was so pumped. I was like, this is how you do it. Kill everybody.
I'm tired of 5 p.m. traffic on the roads.
Yo.
That's an old Bill Burr bit that I like. It's
Bill Burr is so freaking good.
It started as a Bill Burr bit, and then it became Infinity War. I was like, Bill Burr and Thanos are coming together, and they both make sense to me.
Oh, my goodness. Dude. It was so good. It was so freaking good, man. And, like, knowing that we were about to get another movie, like, the next year, I'm like, come on, this is freaking,
Right.
They definitely, what it was Kevin Feige got pulled away, and he started doing a lot of Star Wars stuff, so he couldn't be, like, there as he was. So they were putting too many movies out, and they were too many shitty movies. So, but I was still watching all of them. So.
Okay,
but now that he's back in,
as a versed nerd, what if you could pick from the realm of all of them? What is your go-to superpower?
Oh, speed.
Really?
Speed.
Okay, so I'm 2 for 2 on getting that answer.
Speed with like flash speed, not Quicksilver speed.
Yeah, good thing we don't have Corey Cherry here because he would have. I don't know if you ever saw that clip.
It's only come up in conversation one other time, and it was with Corey and Ed Dixon here, and Ed said the same thing, and he goes,
"Well, speed.
Yeah. So you want to be black?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not exactly what he said, but I can't necessarily say
I'm
what
about
he
to
said.
pull it up.
Come on now. Yeah, dude. And the crazy part, I was always like a Batman. When it came to DC, I was a Batman fan. Always.
Really?
Batman fan, dude.
Did you watch the Zack Snyder cut where they turned him into a wuss?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
I was sad.
Batman's coolest thing he ever did in that movie was shoot his little grappling hook. Just a little tink. I kept hearing that. I was like,
I focus so sweet. You black. You already got that. Get something else.
Nah.
I want to be a nigga.
If you could pick any superpower, what superpower would you pick?
You want to be super speed.
That's hilarious. Oh, man.
Dude, he was so. We got to get him back on.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah.
Both of them.
I've been talking to him about coming back to, I think this is a little far in the future, but I think we're going to get him with D Smooth too. So we brought him up. Oh, I do kind of want to get back to that. Have you done any more of those riff mics or riff shows since you did that last one that was kind of set up like that?
That was the last one. I'm trying to do another one coming up at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I love people to do shows like that. They're so much fun, and it's so different because, like, I can sit here and think about the bits that I need to just, like, tinker with more and more all day long and not write new stuff.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh, I got to be on a show where half of it is going to be new stuff because I can't write anything, and then the other half is new. Like, you didn't have a topic section, but it was riff on what you would do to become president. And I was like, oh, that's such a fun. Like, normally it's like you hear riff and it's like, all right, what do you do for work?
Wait,
Come on, man.
What is a riff show?
So mine was but it's called the Royal Standup. It's something I created where it's 5 comedians, 4 rounds, and you get 1 winner. And there's different. Every round is different. One round, like he was talking about the president, it was it's called the round is called My Fellow Americans. And,
right. Yeah.
Every comedian you get to get on stage, and the audience is the press. So you get to pick 3 press to ask a question, whatever question they want to ask, because you're running for for office. So
I just remember one of mine was your dad because we started talking about the Cowboys.
Yes.
I was like, well, to get your vote, I'll kill Jerry Jones right now, and it'll be like Green Bay. All of us will have a part.
I'll take them out. If you vote for me, I'll take them out. One of them is what's in the bag, and it's where I have different random items that's in these bags, and every comedian gets on stage, pick up the bag, and in front of everybody, you've never seen this. What's in here? You take out what's in the bag, and you have to do. You have to try to get to 3 minutes, doing a 3-minute set on whatever this is. A lot of comedians don't go to 3 minutes. A lot of comedians.
It was tough. I think I got around like 90 to 2 minutes, or 90 seconds to 2 minutes. It was tough. But D Smooth, shout out to D Smooth.
D Smooth did his thing.
D Smooth got a hammer, and for 3 minutes, he just kept saying different kinds of the Texas hammer, and the way he was laughing and hitting shit. It was the funniest thing.
It was good.
Everyone was dying.
And that's so the reason why I created this game. Is because I feel like it helps comedians.
It gets you thinking.
It helps your comedians, helps you think, and it's something that's different. You know, with us always doing shows, to do something that's pretty fun. You know, and I love how the audience can be a part of the show.
Yeah,
so it's pretty good. And then the last round is always where they can do their set. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot it wasn't entirely riff. The last round is your.
The last round is
minutes?
the royal stand-up round. All right.
Okay.
So you get to do your 5 minutes.
That's so cool too, because like before DCC was popping off with their smaller side room shows, I hadn't done a whole lot of riffing because like there was no. I was doing it as like a tool, like to work on my riffing and stuff like that at mics, and I think I just started doing it, and one of the first times was at Caesar's at your mic.
Oh, okay.
And then we just go to that, and I was like, oh. Yeah. I kind of got a thing for riffing. I could say the weird shit that no one's thinking, and then we get there. I was like, okay, I like. So first thing, thank you for that opportunity. That was so great, and that like you're giving people an opportunity to find new avenues, like not only to express what they've got, but like to figure out how to grow from there.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, obviously, and I mean this in the most respectful way to everyone, including myself, we're not there yet because we're not on tour. Like, we don't have a tour going right now, so obviously we need to grow.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone says, like, you just need to be found. It's time. And you're like, well.
Well.
In the meantime, we can get better. Bill Burr wasn't known until the Philly Freakout, but he had a lot of stage time in New York back then.
Dude. Yeah, I created a tour, the Dangerous Comedy Tour, and it's 7 guys. It's 7 of us.
Really?
I made it that many because logically I was thinking we're all comedians, we're all busy. There's gonna be shows where all of us can't make it, so I didn't want to do it like 3 or 4 of us, and then one show 2 of y'all can't make it. You know, and there's only 2. So I was like, let me do 7, and we hit a lot of cities, man. We were in Houston, San Antonio, Austin.
Hell yeah, man.
Where else did we go?
All 7 of you killers, like just murders.
Yeah, it's me, Rooster, Corey Cherry, Trey Mack, Jonathan, Jordan Johnson, Dexter.
This is Murderer's Row.
And Dominique Thomas.
That's crazy.
So it's us 7.
Dominique and I were playing Madden at Arlington Improv, and that's when I found out that you have to pay to do that. But he was just beating my ass.
Yeah.
I threw a pick every other throw. And he's just like, I saw that coming. I was like, I'm trying, man.
You do suck at Madden, though.
You can suck my balls. How about that?
That's all right. All right.
I play Madden to listen to podcasts. I don't play Madden to be good at Madden.
It was good. I listen to great things when I'm on Madden. I was like, it's my relaxed time.
Exactly.
My relaxed time.
Oh, that was what I was getting at earlier. So I randomly brought up George R.R. Martin out of nowhere. So he was the author of the Game of Thrones, and my friends are all video games dorks. That's kind of how we all hung out and met back then, is we were all big dorks, except for we all played sports too.
We're not
Thank you. We appreciate you. But they were saying they came out with one of those kind of old school Skyrim type of games. I think it was called Elder Scrolls or something like that. It was about like fighting in Middle Earth, and you fight orcs and ogres and stuff like that. It was very fun. I saw the gameplay of that, but I was fascinated with the game because they hired George R.R. Martin to write a huge, basically novel about the backstory of this video game just to kill it, just to give them like a standpoint of what this game, like the setting of it.
Well, damn.
So I didn't even think about that being put into perspective of video games, where they're like, you have to create the backstory. Like, oh well, let's get one of the greatest authors of all time to just do something to kill.
Oh, it's like the Rockstar games, like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Really? Do they do all that? Like, set it up
I don't
to
know
build it
who
out?
writes those,
Great.
but they're...
Why have we not gotten a Grand Theft Auto movie?
I know.
How have we not gotten a Grand Theft Auto movie?
I think it's called
How?
Live from Kensington Avenue. Have you seen this?
No.
Blake, please pull this up. It's the greatest thing in. It's a 5-camera network, I think, of live camera footage from one of the worst streets in all of Philly.
Oh my God.
It's just like constantly you turn this on and go to a camera. You're like, nothing's happened on this camera. Let's go to camera 3, and then on camera 3, there's a huge dumpster fire. Like, oh my God.
Go to
How the fuck did you find this?
This is going to camera
Podcasts.
3.
Yeah, this isn't live because this is a video, but
Right.
oh, actually, this might be. It is live all the time, and I think they do have a deal with YouTube where they're live all the
Jesus
time on YouTube.
Christ!
Yeah, this is just a normal thing in
What's
Philly.
wrong with his legs right now? He look loose. He about to fall too, man. He hanging on by a thread. Oh man, he is praying.
Stop.
Man,
The camera needs to stop panning because that dude is gonna fall.
he's about to fall, and they
But
don't
we're
want
gonna
to
miss it.
And they are waiting on it, like, yeah, he gonna fall.
Waiting for
again.
him to fall feels like that old
Hey.
math problem. You're like, all right, you're leaving town 30 miles away, and a train's going 60 miles per hour. How long does it take to get there?
Are they slinging dope? What the fuck's in his bag? They just exchanged. Oh man.
What's this guy's story?
What is his story? He's fresh on the streets. He just got out here. His parents just kicked him out. He don't know the right.
Why have you never told me about this?
He like ass.
Because I forget to look, honestly.
Oh, I thought she was giving
Oh.
head. I thought she was serving him up, boy.
The episode that came out not this week, but last week, where there was some accidental penetration, we found on that one too.
Oh,
so
my
it wouldn't be the
goodness.
first time.
What do you mean episode? Like they have episodes
Oh,
of
this
this shit?
definitely
No,
episode.
I mean,
Yeah.
when it happened with Cheyenne.
He said last episode. He said he watched this every week.
Was this a fucking series?
Oh man, sir, you don't even need that wheelchair. His leg propped up. Man, get somebody that wheelchair that need
He
it.
just kind of looks comfy.
He look very comfortable. Ain't nothing wrong with him.
I think that's at a certain point. Like I feel like if I found a wheelchair and some athletic tape from the trainer's office, I just wrap my foot up and roll. Like I'd stop walking for a long time. Look at how many tents there are in the back. Holy shit!
That's how Lancaster is in Fort Worth.
Yes,
man.
Lancaster. So down there is crazy. So
yeah,
my dad and I used to go do a lot of like. He would go buy. I think it was like 100 tacos from Jack in the Box for like it was like $50. So he would go do 100 tacos for $50 or maybe 200 for 100 and then go hand those out down there.
Oh,
and
dope.
like 90% of the time you meet very appreciative people and then 10% of the time you meet a demon.
Exactly.
Oh my god,
exactly
there was
how that goes.
Oh, the one time we didn't do tacos, we did pizzas this time. We bought a lot of CC's pizzas and I'm standing there helping my dad pass them out and I'm holding a big box of them, like basically holding the stack so he can get and pass out slices at a time.
Yeah.
And I'm looking down the way, and I just see a couple homeless people just like they're just leaning and talking. I'm like, and they're just talking. I'm handing out pizzas to my dad, and I can see they're like looking back at each other and looking back at me and looking back at each other and looking back at me.
I don't
I'm
like that.
That's a scheme. If
Yeah,
I've
they
ever seen a
plotting. They
scheme,
over there plotting something. They
like,
sketching it out. I don't like this.
This is where I fucked up. I turned around. I turned around to
your
help
back
my
to
dad
him?
out, and then I put back around, and they were like way closer than half the distance.
Boy,
I was
like
like,
them-
oh, y'all made some ground. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
That's how them cats do when you look off.
And, you know, I was just a pudgy little 13-year-old white kid just down there, just nervous, just nothing but nerves. And they just rushed me and, like, take half the stack, and I was just, like, left there just shocked, just shaking. My dad's like, what's wrong with you? Hand out pieces. I was like, I'm going through something right now.
I'm scared.
I just watched theft happen. Like, that was crazy.
Oh man, I always found out like with homeless people, the ones that's kind of scare you, you just gotta out crazy them. That's all you gotta do. That's really all you gotta do. I used to like after certain events that I would be a part of, it's always extra food, so I would bring to go plates, pack them up, take them. I used to have an SUV. So and this was a old. It ain't like I had like a Escalade.
Yeah.
No, this was an old Tahoe. It was a 2001 Tahoe, very old.
That's always great.
No,
long as they
ain't nothing
last.
wrong with it, but like
Yeah.
I would pull up. This one lady used to always think I was an NFL player, passing out these plates of chicken spaghetti. Like
Were
that's
you wearing
what
the
she
suit?
thought it was. I wasn't
Okay.
wearing a suit. No, I wasn't wearing a suit. I was wearing just regular clothes. I wasn't gonna wear my suit out there. You don't know if you got to run. You don't know if you got to jet. But this one guy, he kept trying to act crazy with me. He was like, yeah, you know, I've killed several people. I ain't scared to kill again. He kept saying that shit over and over. So I was like, you know, I hide cinnamon rolls in my butt. He walked off. He walked away. You damn right you walk away. I'll out crazy you in a second. Leave me alone, sir. You gotta outsmart these, but you gotta be just out crazy them, man.
That might be the name of the episode. I hide cinnamon rolls in my butt.
Cinnamon rolls. Cause he kept whispering it to me, so I whispered it back to him. I kill people. I like I hide cinnamon rolls in my butt.
I had one like because that was always the thing is like if you could show crazy, you're like, man, there's one of us. We don't fuck with our kind. One time it got shocked so much that it like I couldn't come back. Like I was ready to be crazy, and then this homeless dude outside of somewhere down in downtown Deep Ellum, he asked me for a cigarette, and I was like, man, I don't smoke. He goes, you're a bitch.
Oh,
Flexed on me like he was gonna punch me, and then walked off underneath his breath saying, you're a bigger pussy than the third voice in my head.
you know what?
I was like,
That's fucked up.
Are
Then
the other
third
voices
voice
okay? Like,
No, the other voice is cool, but that third voice, you remind me of him.
right. So you're telling me there's a second voice, and then you're like,
the second voice is cool. That third one though, man.
and you know, something tells me if you got three, you got more than three. Like you don't just stop at three.
You don't. He got a
How
whole.
many people are in there?
He got a whole feast up there going. Oh man, I got an ass whooping too, faking it till I made. I was in elementary. I know I was in elementary. I remember what hallway I was in too. I remember this. This guy was about to kick my ass because I knew I didn't know how to fight. So he was trying to, you know, the whole, put your fist up and everything. Right. I straight up act like I was Tommy from Power Rangers. I start kicking. I see, scared him off. He didn't want to fight me. He didn't know what I knew. I didn't know what I knew. He was scared.
He might have thought you knew nothing at that point.
Exactly. He was in. He ain't messing with me no more either. He was like, man, I don't know if he crazy or he really knows something, but I don't
It's like that episode of It's Always Sunny when Charlie's like salting the snail girl. It's like,
yeah. Get out of here, snail.
That's what I loved. That's what I loved about the Power Rangers. That you knew when Tommy, like I could be in the kitchen, I knew when Tommy was on because he always. That's how he fought. Seal. I was like, that's Tommy. He in there.
I feel like you're getting more tired from saying it than doing it.
Right. Hey, man, you need to save them breaths, man.
There's so much diaphragm work. That's a lot of.
That's the dude. Oh man.
He must have been voluntold into being in choir.
He probably was.
Yeah.
He probably was. Ain't no telling. I know Tommy and Kim was fucking too. I don't care what nobody say. Off camera. I want a rated R Power Rangers. I need to see.
Oh, I'm sure there is one on Pornhub.
It probably is. It probably is.
That's triple X rated, Blake. You
It
know
probably
that.
is. Let me tell you something. Why? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The reason why I don't watch too much porn is because I watch a lot of porn. But the reason why porn gets on my nerves is because I love movies. So if you're gonna put some acting into it, you better do some good acting. I hate when the acting sucks. I'm like, come on, man. We know why you here with a pizza.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It was like after I graduated film school, it's like.
My favorite, you know what? I don't care. Fuck it. My favorite scene I've ever seen in porn is because the acting was pretty cool. It was this girl, because they set it up like it was a scary movie. This girl and this other girl was sitting on the couch, and they were just talking to each other. And the one girl was telling the other girl how she was like, man, ain't shit, and all that. And then the girl was like, you know what? I wish I had a dick. If I had one, I could show it these men or nothing. And then it was a cut scene. And the next scene, it was raining outside. It was good camera work. I was into this fucking scene. Usually I fast forward it. I was like into it. This is good, man.
Skip.
Yo, all of a sudden the girl woke up. She had a dick. I said, oh my God, the plot twistens. Oh my goodness. And she went in there and fucked the girl. I said, this is great.
Who's a shooting star? Oh my God.
I said, what? Come on now. It was my favorite scene. I saved that. I don't usually say stuff on Pornhub. I saved that one.
See, my biggest thing with porn is like at this point, I like the amateur stuff because it doesn't look like you don't get the bad acting because it's not acting, all that stuff. But 50% of the time, they don't know how to work a camera. So all I'm getting is dude butthole, and it just makes me mad.
You get hairy buttholes.
You get hairy
for a
butthole,
good 3 minutes.
And at best, if it's a fat lady, you get a little bit of pussy lip on the bottom. But like, that's it.
That's it.
It just makes me mad.
That's all you getting out of that amateur. Oh, have you ever looked up porn bloopers?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it's
that shit's funny.
I can't tell you how many times I've gone from like I'm in a porn watching mood to like I'm in a porn blooper watching mood.
I want to see.
You put your dick away and you grab some popcorn. It's a fucking hell of a night.
Let's go watch this. I need a good 20 minutes of this porn bloopers.
Did you guys ever watch eFucked, the website?
No. What is that?
It was like back in 2016, and it was just all fucked up porn. Like just the most fucked up, like people with disabilities having sex, shit like that. Like just fucked up shit. And I remember they had this one series where they would do wannabe porn stars, and they would bring in all the like trailer trash ugly chicks, and they would roast the fucking shit out of them.
Oh, that's not nice. Oh.
One guy was like, yeah, you look like Joker from Batman.
Oh, Jesus.
Some lady with an underbite. We gonna have sex now? Or do I have to go back to all sorts?
It was so bad.
Oh, man. Oh,
Shut
my
up, Tammy.
God.
Get out of here.
That's hilarious.
Like there was this guy, his name was Flipper Boy, that's what they would call him, and he had like the deformities. His arm looked like a flipper,
yeah,
but just
flipper.
but fucking hog, just a
Yeah.
hog.
He said, I'm out here. I got 2 flippers for
And
you.
I remember we were in the barracks, and my buddy showed me that, and there was like a crowd of us, and one dude behind me was like, God, I'm so pissed off that this guy has a bigger dick than I do. He's like,
God give us and God take us away.
God take us away, boy.
Have I ever told you about my friend Forrest, Blake?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I love Forrest dearly.
No, we're gonna have to bleep this.
No. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Forrest. I'm just gonna say everything that's a fact.
Everything that's a fact.
Forrest is a sweet man, number one.
Okay.
Great friend and remembers my name to this day. That's pertinent to the information because number 3 is he has Down syndrome.
Okay.
Number 4, his parents found out he had Down syndrome and then named him Forrest.
Well,
Fuck them.
that's cold. What year was this man born? Because that's
Like,
not cool.
Probably
I've asked him before.
97.
Late 90s.
It's fucked up.
So after
So it was after.
Yeah.
You knew what you was doing.
94 is when Forrest Gump
You're like,
came out.
You knew.
let's not waste a good name.
Oh,
Jesus
this is after,
Christ.
This is after they made all the money off the movie. You sons of bitches.
Well, they can't really make fun of him, so we might as well. Just like, oh my God, Jesus. But
He had
number
this
5,
too. Oh,
Forrest
man.
also had a horse cock. He like they said in Austin Powers, he was a tripod. It was fucking in. All of us were the same way. We're like, hey, Forrest is in the bathroom, and he keeps pulling his pants all the way down to the ground. You're like, did you see it? You're like, yeah.
How do you see it?
How couldn't you?
Let me tell you something.
I looked at the ceiling, and it was in my peripheral. It was.
How old is he now?
I think he was technically like 5 years older than me, so he's got to be around 30.
Okay. One of them teachers touched that boy. I want to let y'all know that now. One of his teachers saw that.
We did have a lot of female teachers.
I know. Let me tell you, one of them teachers.
There was a big lady, Miss Chaffin.
See,
Forrest's penis is the only lady. There is the only one that could have got through this lady.
She was big one.
Big.
Yeah.
Like I thought this was a rumor that my friend group made up. It turns out it's a fact. Like we were just correct. But
we were just correct.
Do you know how like elementary schools they have the big double doors and they can take out the middle posts if like there's. They got rid of all of them
For her.
For her.
Ooh.
Because she would have to like physically walk through sideways through the double doors with the bar in the middle because she didn't fit, and they just took out all of them for the rest of like her tenure at this school. This like there's being a big person, and I'm like, I feel bad, and then there's being like 400 pounds. You're like,
hey, wow.
Yo,
how you get here?
Yeah, I gotta see the Super Size Me story on this.
Yeah,
like,
I gotta. You tell us the secrets right now. How you? Nah.
And she traumatized everyone in her class because she would put her phone in her bra, and she would always get. She was a very popular lady. I'll give her that. But she would put her phone in there, and her tits would jiggle all day long, and like the phone would be ringing and stop ringing, and like 30 seconds later, they're still jiggling. You're like, come on. I'm in 5th grade. Like,
come on, man. Stop this.
Everything's going to get me horny right now. This can't be one of the things.
I don't want to get up right now.
In 20 years, I can't date Shamu because of this moment.
We had a big teacher. Her name was Big Booty Turner. That's what we called her in middle school. Big Booty Turner. She was a white lady, man. Let me tell you something. Boy, her body was disproportionate, for real. Because her top half was nice. Her top half, she had like a regular, at least she wasn't thin, but she had a regular body. But it was something from after them hips. I don't know what it was. Her
she
butt
redhead?
and legs. Nah, she was blonde.
Okay.
But she did not have that much hair. She was thinning. She was thinning.
And that I can say, thank you, Spanx.
Yeah.
We had a couple like really big teachers. I'll leave her name out in case she hasn't died yet. But she was a big lady. I mean,
what, the other teacher die?
She was also old at the time.
Okay.
So you like the age and the weight, you had to.
No, but
you'll be more surprised you're alive right now. You like,
what can you do? Yeah.
Brendan Fraser in The Whale?
I saw that movie like 3 times.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie, bro.
It's a great movie. And that's a great reference. That worked out perfect.
I rarely cry and laugh in one movie, and I did that in that movie. I definitely laugh at the laughing part, but I laughed.
That is a movie I have to watch specifically alone.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't watch that with nobody.
I know because I heard
you either got to be like a real friend to watch that with me, and not judging me.
I heard a major plot point in the movie is him failing to reach for a remote. Is that correct?
And that's why I laughed.
Yeah.
That's why I laughed. I laughed at that part, and I laughed where he was kind of doing good, but then something happens with his daughter. He just got the stress eating, and he was scrambling through he just wanted to put everything in his mouth. He was just scrambling.
That was a.
Hey, man, guy got an Oscar for that.
He did.
Got a fucking Oscar.
Well deserved. Yeah. That was a good movie, man.
That's a fucking comeback, man. American comeback right there.
Because I think he studied. Like, he studied people that was obesity. I'm going to tell you something. I couldn't have an obesity friend because I'd been like, hey, if I walk in and you doing that, you eating stuff like that, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you. You put that down. Don't you put nothing up. Protein shakes for the rest of the night.
There's an old Ron White bit about how his cousin is specifically into like 400-pound plus women. Like that was his thing, was getting big women. I mean, the joke was, where do you meet him? Like Golden Corral. But he said one time he took his cousin Ron on a vacation after he made some money, and his cousin Ron had met a woman, and he goes, "How big is she, Ron?" And he goes, "You'll see. She's coming down to the pool with us."
Oh.
And he says, this lady in a 2-piece and a moo-moo walks down.
You gotta have a moo-moo. You that big, you gotta have a moo-moo.
Yeah, it's not a sundress too. It's a moo-moo that she made a sundress.
That is a curtain that she turned into a moo-moo.
Ron White goes, "Ma'am, drop that bottle of ketchup. Put down that toddler." I was crying laughing. Oh, my God.
Oh man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. I just started my workout journey. Like I'm like 4 weeks in now.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. I go to the gym Monday through Friday. I love going to the gym because you see just different type of people. When I see the big people, they work hard.
Mm-hmm.
They work hard.
And you know,
but you know, like you knew.
Yeah.
You ain't been here for a year. Like if you have been, something wrong. Like you go home and you just forget everything you did at the gym.
That was an old bit I couldn't ever figure out. But January 1st is my least favorite day of the year because my gym smells so much worse than normal.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone's trying their best, and I
Man.
can't get mad because they're trying their best. But goddamn if it doesn't smell like a grease trap.
It was like, y'all all doing it here.
Wipe shit down. Come on. You're so moist. This is ridiculous.
You're so moist. I enjoy working out on Thanksgiving. I worked out Thanksgiving morning. I've
nice.
never seen the gym that empty. I was like, this is great.
Really?
Yeah, man. I don't like packed gyms, man.
I'm right there with you. I'm just saying mine, I went to Thanksgiving morning packed.
What?
Like everyone was like admitting that I'm going to eat all the turkey and the stuffing, and then I'm going to take a huge nap, so I got to run now.
I'm going to get this in now.
I went on Black Friday and my gym was empty.
What?
I was shocked.
They ain't make it.
Yeah.
they ate too much. They ain't make it.
This is going to sound dumb because I was probably the one that put you on. You're still at Fitness Connection, right?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I went to the Fitness Connection first. I was the one that told them about it, and then I moved because I'm an asshole. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
A month into my membership, he's like, "Did you get Fitness Connection?" Yeah, I've been going there for a month. I really like it. Yeah, I just switched gyms.
Well,
switch gyms. How dare you?
And this one's more expensive too.
LA Fitness or something?
EOS Fitness. It's not that expensive, but it's very nice. Every time I go in there in the morning, there's a lady cleaning the locker room. So like they warn you, like, she's pretty hot. She's got a big butt.
I see why you pay the extra money.
Yeah, it's worth it. Like
I see why
when you see this janitor and then realize that like there are people working out right now and they look better than her, you're like, oh man, I could slum it with the janitor and be great. Like this is.
I could slum it with.
Is that when you walk into the bathroom and you say your name is Forrest and you go cross-eyed and then you pull down your pants?
No, but if you remember the story where I stood up for the janitor lady? Now it makes sense.
Did you tell him your name was Forrest?
My name Forrest.
Sorry, I got the new room energy.
My name Forrest. Oh,
I know what
man.
love is, Jenny. I know what love is, Miss Janitor.
Oh man.
And that was a Forrest Gump impression, not a Forrest my friend impression.
For sure. I got it. I definitely got it. I enjoy my job. I enjoy
What do you do for work?
work?
Is that what you said? You enjoy your job?
No, I enjoy hell no. I enjoy
He enjoys his gym,
I
Paxton.
enjoy my gym.
your
I
gym.
enjoy working.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. It's beautiful women there, man.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful women. I was like,
Mine had a lot of beautiful women. The biggest problem was all of them had husbands that were jocked and on steroids. And I've got wandering eyes. Like in a
I know
gym.
I do. You're a comedian. Like
Right.
a lot of single women do not get that.
Not even that.
Comedians have wandering eyes.
Yeah, 100%. Because we're always trying to look for someone to rip up. But that's what it is. You think I'm looking at ass. I'm not looking at ass. I'm looking at people I want to not like. Like that's, like you're fucking lifting off the rack, you fucking douchebag. Get the fuck out of here. I can't tell you. That's another reason I like this guy so much. This neighbor used to go to that gym, so I'll introduce you. But he used to go there, and he stepped in on one time where like this 60-year-old man was trying to fight me. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna fight you. No, this is a bad thing for me. Either I lose or I kill you. Like it's
so
not
it's a
gonna go
lose-lose
well.
for you. It's a lose-lose for you.
There's a basketball gym. You want to go play one-on-one? Otherwise, can I go back to my workout?
He'd probably beat you.
He probably would have. He was massive. It was a lot of barking and not a whole lot of biting from me.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I've seen a couple of those in the gym. I saw, man, this I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a lady or a man. Dude, swole as shit.
Do you work out around here?
No, I was in Arlington. I was in
because
Arlington.
I have.
But she was or he was new, so maybe they came from over here. But let me tell you something. Shoulders was crazy. Shoulders and flat chest. So I was like, I can't tell.
Okay.
But it had a cute face and a nice butt. So I'm confused. I'm like, sir, you're handsome. Oh,
You're a handsome lady,
You're
man.
a handsome lady, man. Oh,
I'm a woman.
This was Thailand, maybe, but this is still America, so not yet. No, there was respectfully a they at my gym as well, and for the longest time, like I'd only seen them from across the gym and just from afar. And the whole time, respectfully, again, I was saying like, God damn, that dude is big. Holy shit. And like I get a little closer and I see like, oh my God, this dude is deadlifting like 700 pounds. Like at a certain point, I was like, whoever this is a mountain of a person.
Man.
Holy. And then I get a little closer. I'm like, huh, those are really big hoop earrings that are laying on this person's traps that are massive. And then they turn around and they have the biggest titties I've ever seen in my entire life. And I forget to mention, they're bald. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like,
you know what?
In the same way, I was like, I'm confused.
I'm confused as hell. I don't know.
Can you pick me up so I can figure out if this is a thing or not?
Let me get closer to you.
I want uppies. Let's see.
I want uppies.
I need to see if this is my thing.
Oh, man.
We're at an hour 20.
Okay, good. That makes sense. That's why I'm sweating so much. You know, I haven't turned the fucking heater on in this place in months. It's been 50 degrees throughout this house for a month now, and I turned it on today for a half a second for my mom, and it's hellfire in here.
Man,
it is hot.
I keep my. It gotta be freezing over for me to turn my heat on.
I even have the window open over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I don't is because my cat almost died by raccoon. Okay, but this will be
we haven't mentioned that yet.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But this will be the last thing, and then we'll plug you up again before we head out of here. But maybe, was it a week after you moved in here?
Yeah, it was when you went down to Parker's wedding. Because I heard something that night. It sounded like...
That was when I was out of town?
No.
The night I came back.
Yeah, the night you came back.
Okay, so it was like maybe 2 Sundays ago.
I didn't know
at this
how
point.
the fuck you didn't hear it.
Because from as soon as I fall asleep to 2 hours later, I'm dead. Like, not dead asleep, just like a dead person. And then after that, if the AC clicks on, I'll be awake for the rest of my life. Like, it's impossible. But, no, Blake wakes up the next morning and goes, "Did you hear that really loud noise last night?" I go, "No." And as he's saying that, for some reason, I look directly down at the open window that has a gigantic hole in the screen. I go,
"Oh, shit.
Where the fuck is my fat cat?"
Yeah, of course the fat one's missing, not the skinny one.
Yeah.
That skinny one knew better.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't know that much better. She's got a huge puncture hole from like a claw in her ass that I'm just now finding today. And, yeah.
Your cat's freaky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was laying down in bed. It had to be past midnight. I have my sleep apnea mask on.
And you heard it over the mask.
Yeah,
Damn.
and all of a sudden I hear, I'm like, what the fuck?
Fuck.
Oh,
and like
man.
I came out and I couldn't find the cats, and like you didn't come out. I was like, I don't know, maybe you're playing with the cats in your room.
Dude,
I
I've
don't
done
know.
that so many times just with like things that aren't there. Like I hear noises when I start to fall asleep. Anyone else?
No.
No, all right. Fuck. That's a problem. Okay.
No, that's a confession.
Damn it. Since I was a kid, like at least once a month, I'd go downstairs thinking my parents called me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, did y'all call my name? And they're like, no. Go back to bed, you fucking asshole. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. But like, it's happened a couple times here where I wake up thinking, 3 nights ago, I walked outside naked at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning because I thought I heard like a bomb go off. And I was just falling asleep.
No, it's just me taking a shit. That's what it was.
I've walked past that bathroom a couple times. I was like, Jesus Christ, Lisa's fried chicken is doing you dirty. Oh, he's dead set on this chicken place that after the first time I warned him about.
Lisa's chicken?
Lisa's chicken.
Oh, yes.
See?
Okay. I've had it
Have you had
once.
the gumbo?
No, they have gumbo?
Dude. So
I'd be more down to try the gumbo.
God, that gumbo's so good.
Oh,
Time is it?
I walked
might order
in.
some.
Gumbo's freaky.
You had a parasite from it 2 days ago. Like,
That was the chicken. I'm getting the gumbo now.
Get in the gumbo.
like that's not going to be liquid hot diarrhea coming out.
That's tomorrow's problem. It's my math teacher's problem tomorrow.
That's a good point. Do it not here. Do it not here.
Do it not here.
I'll save some for the morning.
Oh. That's why you should work out early in the gym.
Oh, man.
I get all my terrible shits out in the morning at my gym for your sake.
At the gym. I get my workout in at the evening. Like, I got off worked out, then I came here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. It keeps me up at night.
That's what I was gonna say. I used to have like really bad insomnia, and that's when I would go do it because I was like, well, I'm not gonna go to bed anyway.
Oh, okay.
So like at 2 a.m. I'd be going to 24-hour fitness.
Oh, gotcha.
And if we're talking about some lunatics, 2 a.m. at 24-hour fitness is
man,
like,
I bet.
I mean, everyone that's not allowed to be anywhere around a school, and then, And then like your uncle, you're like, what are you doing? What the fuck?
It's the best time to go, baby.
That gym was so fun because like it was random, but like after 7 p.m. it was all white people again. But during the day it was like a very kind of Asian neighborhood, so all the Asian like high school kids were there. So there was always basketball games running.
Oh.
And then after a certain point, it just became the oldest place in the world.
Oh yeah, it's like a switch.
Yeah. Like you drying your balls on the hair dryer, like just leaving a leg up, like you know that old man confidence in the locker room, like.
Old man confidence. I want that confidence in my life as an old man. I've never seen so many nuts as an old man in a locker room. They don't give a damn.
The worst is the sauna. You'll go in the sauna,
dude.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't think you're allowed to do this.
You're
Like,
not. Get your nuts off.
you're
that.
allowed to do it in the locker room,
They're
but not
always
for
like
that long.
this, too.
That don't hurt.
Yeah, and then they get up and you can see their fucking ball print.
Oh yeah. Like I'm not.
Y'all
the
check the
wood.
ticker today, the Dow Jones, it's down. You're like, shut up.
So is your ball sack.
Dude, I went to Vegas one time with an ex. This was the first time I went on what they call vacation.
Right.
It's the joke I got about when I went to Las Vegas. So I went out there with her and we went to this massage thing we paid for. And we're thinking we're gonna get a couple's massage. No. When you go there, they make you split, women and men. So I didn't see her for like
Is
a
it
whole
one of those
hour.
like bathhouses type of thing?
This was in a hotel, so like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but it was but like, so when you go in there, you have to wait for your massage,
Right.
and it takes a while for it because a lot of people. But you get to there's a jacuzzi, there's a sauna, and there's something else that's like a sauna. I don't know what it's called.
Like the steam room?
Guess so, because
Yeah.
it's not as hot as a sauna.
Right.
So I'm like, cool. So I got my swim trunks. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the sauna. All right, let me get in this jacuzzi and stuff. It's like I'm in my own world. I'm not seeing what's around me.
Right.
So
Oh, you got to look up straight up at the ceiling as soon as you enter those
let me tell you
pearly
something.
gates of the locker
I don't
room.
know what happened because like I'm in the jacuzzi chilling and I see this guy walk in. He's stepping into the jacuzzi. I just see dick. I'm like, and now after I saw that, I looked off and I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, oh, just dick everywhere. But my thing is
You're looking up for signs. You're like, just please, something say
right,
no dicks.
Right, man. It takes me back to when we were talking earlier about like when you go to a new school, you can be different. I was like, I'm in Vegas. Don't nobody know me. Fuck it. I took my shirts off.
I would have done the same thing.
I'm out here loose, baby.
I was just about to say, at my old gym, right before I knew I was about to leave, like I said, it was a gym where you had to give your like 1 month's notice. I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
all right, what? It was a nicer gym, so I got it.
Mhm.
But I was like, okay, I'm on my 1 month. And then I was getting tired of all these old men with their old men confidence. And I was like 16 at the time. You're like, you know what?
Fuck it.
Fuck you. Like, this is called spite, bitch. You're going to have to look at my nuts. And then I started getting in the jacuzzi with them naked, but last, so they had to see me coming
You
out.
gonna see this?
Yeah. How's my big fat white ass look, bitch?
And I'm 16. I'm underage. So fuck
You're
off.
in trouble. Get the
Y'all
fuck
are-
out of here.
y'all
I want
in trouble.
Please look at my dick.
How's
Send
it
it
look? Do you see that freckle? No. I'm going to tell the front desk. Just to Kimbe the Matumbo of the fucking jacuzzi.
No.
Mommy, that old man was looking at my pee-pee.
Oh my God. That's
Oh.
good shit.
Well, this is probably a bad time to ask for you to plug your social media.
Might as well.
But I'm sweating and I have to use the bathroom because I have a little girl's bladder. It's a problem I need to address. But if you will go ahead and tell the people at home where they can find you.
Yes, man. You can find me on Facebook, RJ Prince. You can also find me YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, RJ Prince _ENT. I'm doing a lot of private events right now. So if you want to book a comedian to host a wedding, host a birthday party, or just come do a set,
And
call me.
he's one of 2 people that have been on this show that are actually clean comedians and can do a normal clean set. So if that's your thing, hit him up. Not me. Like
I can
I've had one person ask, and I was like, please, like you don't want me. Like
I've trained 2 people to do clean sets. It's not as hard as you think.
it's not. I just know I'm very forgetful, and the most I curse is when I can't think of what I'm trying to think of.
That's a lot of people. That's the average person. Average person is like that.
If I could even replace it with as much as I hate how stupid I sound when I say it's so much better than fuck or shit or all that because it's just extra bad fat for no reason.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like the average person doesn't think that it's like a muscle memory kind of thing.
Right.
Because when you think about it, the average person, if you do cuss a lot, when you enter like a school meeting or you enter a church, you naturally know, okay, I can't say this. So it's the same thing once you doing a clean set, once you naturally know, okay, this is a clean set. Okay,
Right.
It's like it's a muscle memory kind of thing.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good, and I've been going to Backdoor to get that muscle memory working. So
I have not been there. As much clean comedy I do, I've not been. The first time I asked about going, they sent me a list of the stuff I couldn't say. I said, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't mention the bathroom. I said, I ain't know that was naughty. That's nasty.
Right. It's the only place that I know of that has literally a no potty talk rule.
I don't even know what potty talk is.
Literally just like
no cinnamon rolls up the butt.
Right.
That's what they talking about. Okay.
Good callback, Blake. Good callback.
I'm doing good tonight.
You get a golden star. Good job, buddy. That was great. I'm so proud of you, but also I'm pissed that I didn't think of that, you fucking asshole. Oh, man. And y'all can go ahead and find me at pbailey_comedy and Dingbat District Pod on Instagram. We have new episodes coming out once a week, every week, and new clips coming out every single day. Stay paying attention just in case Blake and I might be eventually moving the day we drop episodes to a better day for people to start, because Tuesday is just a weird day in general. But other than that, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and keep coming back. Bye.
Yeah.